Hi, this is Steve with Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com, providing you with visual concepts of infrared patio heating. We specialize in sales, service, and designs for residential and commercial outdoor applications. Please tap that like button if you find this video helpful. It helps others find our channel. Thank you. All right, so here we have this patio deck here with a it's a residential patio deck, and you can see here it's a second floor. There is the residence in the back here. There is a doorway back here that slides left and right, and then a window. I do have this door here, however, and the reason I have that out is just simply because I want to show how that door could, if it does swing outside, this is a 36-inch door opening, and how that might be affected with regards to the placement of the heaters. We have a wind block here again, and that's very beneficial for keeping air movement to a minimum in the patio. It is a flat ceiling. We do have a sloped rooftop here, and let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions I have here at 26.2, and then a depth of 13.4, a height of 9 to the ceiling. This outside edge of the rooftop I have at 9.6, and then 12 on the highest point there. All right, so as you may have seen, I have a couple of heaters that are flush mount. The first unit is centrally located within the structure, so it's the center area here, and then also centered within this distance here, the 13.4. I do have them with the flush mount kits. These are 6,000 watt 240 volt heaters. They're 25 amps a piece. And then the flush mount kit I have recessed as if it would be installed into a stucco finish, and that is going to come in to be important here. Well, I should say this little piece of wood that you see here might be an important issue here, so we're going to talk about that in a minute, and I have that kind of on all heaters here. You might see this one here is actually going right down the center. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's go ahead and turn the dimensions off. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. You can see with this placement here, which is the centrally located 8 feet out to the center of the next heater, and then from this point 8 feet out to the center of the next heater, I have a very good coverage with nice overlapping rays between the two heaters. And you can see here I have about maybe a foot of non-covered area there and a foot over here. So you know, if you were going to move this chair or a couch here all the way to the right, you're gonna have a cold spot, you know, on the outside edge. So just bear that in mind, and that's going to be true with regards to the dining space as well. Now the customer did have something over here, so I'm just haphazardly placing this as just a model of what it might look like. But this chair and table setup might be a little bit over to the left, and it also might be turned 90 degrees, I believe is what they showed in their drawing, but I wasn't sure about this doorway, so that's why I put it this way. In any case, let's go back into the rafter section here. So let's peek inside here and see what we have. So you know, the rafters are usually set up if there's no design in plan or in mind with the original plan for a heating system, then they're going to be set up a certain way. Now the way I have them right now is I have them set up to where they're at 18-inch centers. They could be 16-inch centers, but these I put, you know, again I put at 18-inch centers. And you can see with this heater here, it's obviously sitting within that rafter, so this will have to be removed, and so we'll delete that for right now. If in fact you want to place these heaters in the specific location that I mentioned. So what normally I see happen out there is they'll double up a rafter over here or something of that nature, and then they block out this whole place with, you know, let's say these are 2x8s here, so they'll put a 2x8 across the front, they'll put a 2x8 across the back, and they'll double up this lower rafter, or it might be called something else, but that way you can box in your 1 hour rated firewall here, which is the 5/8 drywall, and then it's on all 4 or 5 sides rather, and then the heater sits inside that. The flush mount kit is inside first, and then the heater itself lays within that flush mount kit. Now I have these modeled with the OEM brackets on them. You do not use the bracket in order to mount the heater, so I'm just using this as a model. This is not going to be located inside the heater. It just hangs on a couple of 90-degree brackets that are on the edges of the flush mount kit itself. So, but in any case, I just want to show you that should you want to place the heaters in the precise locations that I have them, then you're going to have to be able to block this out somehow, whether it's existing structure or not. Another thing that I want to mention is if the ceiling, for instance, might be a wood finish ceiling, then the heater will have to come down. This edge of the heater has to be at the same elevation as any combustible surface. So I might be able to show you this one here a little bit better. But you can see I have just a 3/8 of stucco here, but if that's a 1/2 inch piece of wood with trim around it or something of that nature, the heater itself needs to, and sorry about the shaking, the heater itself needs to be down at the same elevation as the ceiling itself. So you'll see that in the instructions. And then again, this heater might have to be either moved, or this rafter section might have to be cut out and then doubled up and supported inside here so that it would fit in the precise location that I'm recommending. Now you could just simply move the heater, but as you can see, this one here doesn't, it seems to fall within the center of that, so the movement is going to be quite great. So it's going to be all the way out to this edge of the 1 hour fire rated, whoops, get back in here. So this 1 hour fire rated drywall, it'll have to be moved all the way to that edge so that it fits the drywall itself inside that rafter, which is, in what I just showed you, is about 6.5 to 7 inches of movement. And then this one wouldn't have to, but you would probably want to move it as well so that it looks, the symmetrically within this whole space. And you still get a good coverage. You can see that the coverage is just a little bit less on the outside, but a little bit more here, and that would be true on this side as well. So let me go ahead and just move that back here, and then talk about this doorway here real quick. And the doorway I wanted to mention is there are clearances below the heaters that still need to be met. And you can see with the doorway here, now this is a 6'7" doorway height, 6.5 doorway height, and then 36 inches out. So it's not within that clearance area, so it should be fine if it's placed, where I have it. And you can see here too that we're really not hitting it if we go right on that viewpoint right here. So it should be fine even if it's say a foot to the right of that where I have it right now. So all right, so that's that, and let's see if there's anything else I wanted to discuss. I think that's about it. So if you wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up if this has helped you, and if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, feel free to send us an email to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Thank you very much.